Sound check, sound check. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Flow with Flip. I invite you to begin your practice in a Sukhasana posture. Close your eyes and tap into the now. Lengthen the spine, creating a long line of energy from your tailbone to the crown of your head. Allow your shoulders to fall away from your ears. Allow your knees to fall towards the ground. Connect with your breath. Deep inhales with deep exhales. Use this moment to set some intentions for today's practice. You can dedicate this practice to someone or something. Blessed enough to have monkeys howling, birds chirping. Beautiful day. To open up the hips a bit, place your palms in front of your shins, flat on the earth. Bring that left palm over the right. Turn to center. Bring that right palm over the left. Turn to center. Switch the legs and bring the opposite shin in front of the other. And place both palms flat on the ground. Bring the left palm over the right. Return to center and bring that right palm over the left. Return to center. Rise. Rise back up to a Sukhasana. And make your way onto all fours, preparing for a tabletop posture. Shoulders stacked over the elbows, elbows stacked over the wrist, fingers spread wide, index fingers parallel to each other, pointed towards the top of your mat. Micro bend in the elbows, knees stacked underneath the hips, knees at hip width distance, and the tops of your feet pressed against the mat for a tabletop pose. Begin your Ujjayi breath, which is the ocean sounding breath. On your next inhale, shift your gaze forward, drop the belly and raise your tailbone for a cow pose. Exhale, round the spine, shift your gaze towards your navel, cat pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Now begin to rotate your body as if it were inside of a cylinder. Now move in the opposite direction. Inhale back to a tabletop. Inhale, extend the right arm forward and the left leg back. Exhale, bring the right elbow to meet the left knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, compress. Inhale, extend. Exhale, return to tabletop. Inhale, extend the left arm forward and the right leg back, keeping the right foot flexed. Exhale, bring the left elbow to meet the right knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, compress. Inhale, extend. Exhale, return to tabletop. Curl the toes and shift your hips up and back, pushing back into a downward facing dog. You can walk the dog out a bit since it's the first one of the day. You might be feeling a little tight. Let your head hang like a mango. Drive those heels towards the earth. And keep that back straight. Slowly inch your hands back to meet your feet. Bend your knees, round your spine. Slowly Articulate up vertebra by vertebra until you reach the top, rolling your shoulders back. Begin to make your way towards the top of your mat with slow, grounding steps, feeling the energy of the ground. Once you reach the top of your mat, establish parabanda with your feet, which is rooting down on the four corners of your feet. Activate your leg muscles, your calves, your thighs, your hamstrings. Tuck your tailbone underneath your hips and have that long line of energy as you root down through your feet and the crown of your head shoots up towards the sky. Draw the shoulders down away from your ears and actively align yourself. Tap into your Ujjayi breath. Raise your arms up towards the sky while simultaneously dropping the shoulders down away from your ears. And imagine you're holding a ball of energy in between both your hands with your fingers active. Exhale, hinging at the hips, swan dive forward for a forward fold. Place your hands on your shins. Inhale up to a halfway lift with a micro bend in the upper back. Exhale, fold forward and place your hands outside of your feet and step the left foot back, followed by the right foot. And make your way into a plank pose. Activate your abdominal muscles and feel strong here. Exhale, lower halfway down to a chaturanga. Inhale, roll up to an upward facing dog. Knees off the ground, legs active, tops of your feet pressed against the mat. Exhale, drop your knees, curl your toes, and push your hips up and back to a downward facing dog. At the bottom of your next exhale, bend your knees, shift your gaze forward and lightly step or float to the front of your mat. Inhale up to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Grab your elbows and wiggle it out. Inhale, rise up. Returning to a mountain pose. And again, actively align yourself. Inhale, bend the knees, drop the hips, and raise your arms and make your way into a chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands on the shins, make an L with your body. Extending the arms, drawing the shoulders down away from the ears for a halfway lift. Exhale, hands on the mat outside of your feet. Float back into a chaturanga. Inhale up to an upward facing dog. Exhale, drop the knees, curl the toes. And push your hips up and back to a downward facing dog. Inhale, raise the left leg. Bring it between your hands. Drop the right heel. And keeping the hips neutral, raise up to a warrior one. Arms towards the sky. Left knee bent at 90 degrees. Rooting down on the outside edge of your right foot. Exhale, hands on the mat. Step the left foot back. Lower halfway down to a chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, drop the knees, curl the toes, and push the hips up and back to a downward facing dog. Inhale, raise the right leg and bring it between your hands. Drop the left heel, hips neutral. Rise up to a warrior one. Exhale, hands on the mat. Step the right foot back. And lower halfway down to a chaturanga. Roll into an upward facing dog. Avoid letting the heels splay. Exhale, drop the knees, curl the toes, and press the hips up and back to a downward facing dog. At the bottom of your next exhale, shift your gaze forward, bend your knees, and lightly step or float to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bend the knees, drop the hips, raise arms, and make your way into a chair pose. Rotate the pinkies inward. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, round the spine, and articulate your way back up to a mountain pose. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Extended mountain pose. Bring the hands together at heart center. And shift your weight onto your left foot. Raising the right foot above the ground. Begin to hinge at the hip, maintaining the hips neutral. Rooting down on the four corners of your left foot for a warrior three. Avoid letting the hips open. Extend the arms and keep that right foot flexed. Drop that right foot down for a runner's lunge. Drop that right heel down. Make your way into a warrior two. Left knee bent at 90 degrees. Rooting down on the outside edge of your right foot. And keep your torso perpendicular to the earth. Inhale. Drop that left hand down inside of your left foot. And take that right arm up to the sky. Inhale, rise up. Back to warrior two. And tap into your Ujjayi breath. Shift your gaze over to your left middle finger. And drop that left elbow onto your left thigh. Reach over the top of your body with your right arm. And shift your gaze over to your right middle finger. Inhale, rainbow. Back into a humble warrior, placing your right hand on your right hamstring and reaching over the top of your body with your left arm. Shifting your gaze over to your left middle finger. Inhale, rise back up into a warrior two. Inhale, extend the left leg, heel toe, the right foot to shorten the distance between your legs. Reach forward with your left hand as you reach back with your right hip. And come down with the left hand inside of your left ankle for a triangle pose. Reaching high to the sky with your right hand. Imagine that your back is on an imaginary wall. Inhale, rise up. Bring the arms down. And shift your right foot so that it's facing forward and your feet are on train tracks. Hinging at the hip. Drop your chest towards your left thigh for a pyramid pose. Inhale, hinge at the hips. Rise up and step back to the front of your mat. Making your way back into a mountain pose. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Extended mountain pose. Bring the hands together at heart center. And begin to shift your weight onto your right foot. Lifting the left foot off the ground. Begin to hinge at the hip forward. Keeping that left toe pointed inward. And rooting down on the four corners of your feet. For a warrior three. Extend the arms forward. And drop that left foot down for a runner's lunge. Rainbow your arms to a warrior two. Dropping the left heel, pointing your toes towards the left side of your mat. Right knee bent at 90 degrees. Shift your gaze over to the right middle finger. Drop your right hand inside of your right foot and shoot that left hand up high into the sky. Inhale, rise up. Back to a warrior two. Dial in that Ujjayi breath. Inhale, drop the right elbow onto the right thigh and bring that left arm over across the top of your body, shifting your gaze over to your left middle finger. Rainbow it back to a humble warrior. Left hand on the left hamstring. Right arm over across the top of your body with your gaze over your right middle finger. Inhale back to warrior two. Inhale, extend the right leg and heel toe the left foot, shortening the distance. Reach forward with your right hand as you reach back with your left hip. Drop down into a triangle pose. Inhale, rise up. Bring the arms down and rotate your hips forward as well as your left foot so that they're in train tracks. Hinging at the hip. Fold forward into a pyramid pose. Shoulders drawn down away from the ears. Inhale, rise up and step the left foot to meet the right at the front of the mat. And just shake it out. Shake the right arm, the left leg, the right leg, and return into a mountain pose. Inhale, raise the arms, bend the knees, and drop the hips for a chair pose. Bring your palms together and bring your arms to the left side. Bring in your right elbow outside of your left thigh. And going into a twisting chair pose. Avoid dumping in the right shoulder. Keeping your hands at your sternum and your knees even. Exhale, release. Back into a chair pose. Bring the arms to the right side with your left elbow hooked outside of your right thigh. Or twisting chair pose to the right. Exhale, release. Turn into a chair pose. Inhale, rise up. Heel toe your feet outward so that your outside edges of your feet are parallel to the outside edges of your mat. Hands at heart center. Bend the knees, drop the hips, and make your way into a malasana. With your knees pushing your elbows in and your elbows pushing your knees out. With your heart shining. And from here, just simply roll back. With your palms facing towards the sky. Extend your legs out. And create a V with your body for dolphin pose. For 5. For 4. For 3. For 2. For 1. Exhale. Release. Inhale, rise up again, creating another V. For 5. For 4. Slowly open the windows of your eyes. Tap into your surroundings. Feel the wind. Look at the colors.